All right, we're here with the winners of the Newark Regional Wentworth Institute of Technology. We have in front of you Evan Giglio, Hunter Oshman, and David Marsh. Coaches, opening statements?
Yeah, what a battle out there tonight. Really proud of the way our guys played behind the service line. We were just punishing the ball. A lot of really good defensive plays and rallies, and then just big swings when we need them in good moments to either keep the lead or expand on it when it was crunch time.
Speaking of defensive presence, David, you're quite a presence at the net yourself. You finished with 7 blocks. You led the front row for Wentworth in slowing down a normally dynamic Rutgers attack. Talk a little bit about the game plan or what went into the blocking strategy for tonight's match.
Honestly, I just listen to coach. I look at if I mess up on a block move or I get a block error, I just look over sometimes, see what adjustments I can make, what he sees, because a lot of times he's usually seeing something that I don't. So I just trust in what he says. Obviously, we get the game plan, before the match, and whatever the scout is, really, I just trust him because he's obviously spent a lot of time analyzing the games.
If you could just break that down a little bit for us, as far as maybe players that coach brought up that you had to focus on today. Obviously, a heavy hitter like Zalek, the All-American. You just really came through today defensively. It was a pleasure to watch. What did you decide to focus on prior to the game, and what did Coach say to you guys specifically defensively?
I just had to make it to the pin blocker and press early. Really, just press early. Make sure he doesn't really beat me cross run the seam.
Were you happy with your performance tonight?
Honestly, I don't really think about it. It kind of just comes after when I talk about it with the team or something. But so much adrenaline. I just know I was pretty happy that we were there during the game and that obviously we were winning. But at the same time, I don't really think about my own performance. I love pulling for Hunter and Labu because they're just monsters on the pins. Whenever they have one-on-one, I think I feel as much joy from that as I do when I get a block.
And to head to the other side of the ball, Hunter, you carried a large load for the team offensively tonight, especially in the first set. You paced the Leopards with 13 attempts, and you guys were able to get off to a good start. Was that something you guys had talked about beforehand, whether it was you and Coach or you and Connor, of, hey, we're going to be coming to you early and often, you've got to be ready to carry the offense when someone like Jake might normally attract a lot of attention?
Yeah, exactly. You just said I'm used to Jake being the main guy on the team. It's honestly been pretty nice having a guy like that on the squad. Especially when I'm in the back row, it makes my job a lot easier. Just knowing most of the balls are probably just going to be pumped up high to him. But first set, a lot of out-of-system balls came my way on the D, which hasn't really been happening too much this season. Kind of just got to stay confident and aggressive. I think that's huge for us sometimes when we get complacent and timid. It's just not when we're playing our best ball. That's something I try to do.
Coach, speaking of that confidence, you guys had a great start. Second set was a little bit disjointed, and then you came out like gangbusters in the third set. If you don't mind, take us into the huddle a bit. What did we talk about between sets 2 and 3 that helped you guys get off to such a great start in that one?
I think it was pretty calm in the huddle, to be honest. There wasn't a lot of panic. This group is, sometimes they got to calm me down, to be honest. Where in years past, maybe I'm the one trying to calm us down. I think our confidence level, this guy's been so confident in his last couple years. David's gone from a walk-on with very little volleyball experience to leading the country last year in blocks per set to help us get to the NCAA tournament, and now he's just all over it, right? He's all over it. So these guys, they're just playing really, really confident. We know, hey, we might have a few bad rallies here and there. We might make some mistakes, and we're human. We're going to do that, but we've got to stick to what we do well and make sure we kind of get our refocus a little bit. But sometimes those guys are calming me down a little bit.
So tonight, a lot better night offensively than you had last night, but still there was a presence defensively. Did you guys think or know you were going to have that kind of performance defensively to get the win, or were you trying to shift back to offense when it came to your focus?
Yeah, I think that we had this stretch of success recently, in conference and at home, and offensively we've just been really, really solid. And then both against Fisher and tonight, it's just a little bit tougher. But hey, that's what the NCAA tournament is, right? The things that you do during the regular season, you got to amplify a little bit. You got to work a little bit harder. And Rutgers Newark was, they were making plays, right? We were taking some good aggressive swings, and they were keeping some rally alive. So, I think you can't waste opportunities to get swings when it's there, especially when it's against really, really good competition.
Coach, and this is also for you guys, for Hunter and David. You know, being from Boston, you're coming here to New Jersey. Now it's on to Wisconsin. You get out of here playing only, I guess, 7 sets. How important does conditioning play into this Final Four? And was the Final Four obviously the ultimate goal? And what do you think your chances are when you get out to Wisconsin?
How do you feel about playing in New Jersey?
Love it, dude.
Yeah.
Love it. I saw all these six-pack kids. Kids that always put me down in club tournaments because they were far better than my club team. But it was good to see a lot of them, and yeah, definitely felt good to be back.
To speak on that, I saw a little back and forth between you and Arvid. Were you guys club enemies, or is that just
not at all.
friendly
After the
banter?
game, yeah, just get into it. Well, really what happened was, before they served the ball over, someone said, "Come on, Hunter," and I knew I was going to get the ball, and I think he made a mistake saying my name like that. I never start anything. I feel like sometimes people poke the bear. And it kind of just starts like a chain reaction, you know? Because like, I do it, and then they got to get me back, of course. And I got to get them back, of course.
Absolutely.
But no, it was definitely just all in the game. We were just getting intense out there and having fun.
Cool.
So the R2 just wanted to chat with you about your Easter plans, or what did she have to say?
No, I mean, I was a little more blatant with my speaking than them. But yeah, that's bad. But yeah, no, it was all good.
And just, you know, for some of the students that might be watching tonight on the website, this interview, just as student athletes, with all the travel, especially this time of year with finals coming up and everything, is it harder to manage as your season continues to progress? Finals, studies, you're at a big, you know, at an important engineer school. I'm sure there's lots of work to be done. How do you manage all that as
I'm going to speak for
athletes?
David for a second. It's a graduate architecture student, which is near impossible undergrad architecture. Now to do at the graduate level, I saw David's thesis project, I was blown away. Right, this guy, he's going to graduate pretty soon, and he's going to do amazing things. So the amount of all of our guys' work that they have to do, on top of, you know, what I ask of them, which is way too much. And I'm very, you know, very demanding for those guys to be able to balance, and the creativity and the stuff that these guys do is so next level. I'm just so proud of them, obviously, of what they've accomplished on the volleyball court, but academically, I'll sing both their praises, but David especially as a graduate student, I'll talk to anybody about how amazing he's done in his career, both academically and athletically.
Is it hard, David, for you at this time of year to really kind of give equal attention to both? If you could maybe just give us an example of, like, while you're on the road, things you have to do that maybe students here watching wouldn't expect.
Okay. So for this week, I had a final on Monday and Tuesday, and one on Thursday, and I have a final next Tuesday. And to balance it, I was kind of working on one of my projects during film. If I'm being honest, like we're in the middle of film, and I'm like building something with bamboo and rope, just to make sure, you know, I get smaller things out of the way instead of, you know, waiting till the last minute and then having all this work piled up on me. But the really nice part is the coach really gives me like a little bit of leverage. You know, sometimes I'll show up in practice maybe 5 minutes late because my class is straight up until practice time. So like it is nice knowing that my teammates are confident in me to balance my academics and play volleyball. And, you know, just the amount of energy in the gym sometimes is enough to like come in and want to play. You know, no one forced me to come back and play volleyball. You know, he wasn't pressuring me to come back. In fact, like I probably told him maybe 3 weeks before preseason that I was gonna come back and play because like we all just genuinely love the game, and how can you not want to play when everyone around you wants to play the game?
Well said, thank you.
Hunter, fourth set, 6 kills, 1 ace, 2 blocks, and a dig. In that fourth set, did you have any sort of added motivation, like we're up 2-1, we have a chance to close this out, I need to give it everything I got in this set?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I definitely know I didn't want to go to 5. But we were, like, for example, yesterday, like, I don't know what it was, but that was probably the most tired we've all felt collectively on the court for, like, no reason. And just, I don't know, the way we came out, I knew I could help us out a lot with my energy. And yeah, I definitely wanted to make sure I stayed up to help out the rest of the guys.
Just to wrap up, you guys are waiting on the winner of Carthage and Dominican. They're currently battling out in Kenosha right now. Evan and David, you had a chance to watch those guys in person last year down in Salem. So you're facing the best of the Midwest, whoever it is. What are you expecting as you step onto the court for a Final Four for the first time since 2017, and either facing off with a team that is the reigning national champion or Dominican, who has been top 3 in the poll, I think, for the entirety of the year?
I think when you're talking about April volleyball, you got to play well against whoever, right? I think this might have been the toughest pod, right? St. John Fisher gave us a really hard time. Rutgers Newark had a tremendous season, right? They have 2 losses on the year, and so whatever matchup you're getting, whether it's in the Final Four, they lead 8 the first round, got to play good volleyball against good teams.
Best of luck, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.